That's right. I called it from the beginning. I knew it. I knew it was going to win. Squid Game finale. I called it. We're going to take a look. Squid Game. That's right, friends. I am the man you may know as E from Our Reviews Will Kill You, here to talk about Squid Games. Ready to get squiddy. I don't know. There's a lot of mixed thoughts about this thing. Personally, I enjoyed it. I put it out there. I really liked it. I really enjoyed the drama Squid Game. Very good show. Very good show. Can't wait for season 2. But Squid Game, I'm not a big reality fan person. Like, I'm not a big reality show guy. But this is really good. I like people. I even watched the behind the scenes. They depict between what kind of blood packs they wanted to use. And I thought Black Squid Ink was hilarious. I don't know. People thought this was kind of cringy or whatever. I guess watching people like die on for a game is a little rough for some people, but not for me. But I called it. I will not reveal the winner till I get through some of these things I want to point out. But I got to say, I called it right from the beginning. And you know what? I'm willing to testify. I got proof. And there's nobody better to explain what kind of proof I have. So I'm telling you, I have a witness with 2 forms of ID. I got a police officer who was there. My grandma was there. And Neil was sitting in the back with my friends, sitting in the corner saying, I called it. So it's funny because not a lot of people are reporting on this, but we'll go to CNN. Squid Game, the challenge crowns a winner, $4.56 million. Yeah. It came down, and spoilers from this point on, came down to a game of rock, paper, scissors. And the funny thing is it was down. I don't know what their numbers are. 287 and 451. Are those the 2 people? I don't know. It's pretty funny. But what's hilarious is I said from the beginning, and I will now reveal the winner. May Whelan, number 287, takes it home. 55-year-old. She's a adjudicator for I guess Homeland Security as to who gets deported or not. She's good at watching people. And I said it from the beginning. I said, you keep an eye on that old razor batch in the beginning, because she was watching everybody. She had her eyes on them. She's watching them. Her and Sleepy Phil. I like Sleepy Phil. I think his name was Sleepy. I called him Sleepy Phil. I don't know what his real name was, but there was this dude with long hair who was sleeping in every episode, and they were best friends. 287. It might have been 288 or I think it was 286. They were like best friends, and I was like, oh, she's watching everybody. She's keeping her eye on everybody. And it seems like there's a lot of accusations that this is rigged. I'm telling you, as someone who watched this, and I watched the behind the scenes, I just genuinely don't think it's rigged. Why else would they let 2 white devils into the end? Why would they do that? Doesn't make any sense. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. You know, I wouldn't have picked the other 2 finalists. If I wouldn't have even remotely picked them. May, the only reason why I picked her was because people would underestimate her because she was an older lady. And the other reason why I picked her, because she was eyeballing everybody. She was eye-effing everybody. She was in your head. And then even when she goes, she was ruthless. When it was come time to there was a trust test. The lady eliminated her best friend in the whole thing. She just took him out because she was like, he'll never guess it's me. Basically, you had to put a package in front of the person you had to eliminate. There was only like 8 or 9 people left. It might have been 9 people, and they had to guess who attempted to eliminate them. And she's like, well, I'm going to do my best friend first. And then she moved on. And then when it came to rock, paper, scissors, she had a whole psychology going. She's like, I know what a man's going to pick. I know what he's going to pick. And she just dominated him. He just kept dropping L's. He's like, well, I don't know how to play this. She's like, I know this game. So she was ruthless, took him out, and got the 4.56 million. It's great. And they're all, I just thought it was fun because it was interesting. First of all, the sets were fantastic. And they looked, chef's kiss, almost identical to the sets of Squid Game. And they had 6 trillion cameras everywhere. And you could see the people were clearly like, there's been people on TikTok who came out and said like, yo, we got paid $0 to be on that show. They paid for everything. They paid for airfare. We went to England. They paid for all our food, our lodging. But once we lost, we were out of there and we didn't make anything. So it's not like they're paying people to do anything. Yeah, people were like, oh, there's storylines, because there was like a big deal made about there's a mother and a son who made it real far. Well, first of all, those two idiots didn't know what the marble game was going to be, and they picked each other to have a nice little picnic together. And then, of course, one of them got eliminated. Well, that's because they're dummies. And then the kid goes on the bridge of doom, where you have a 50-50 shot at getting eliminated, and he starts jumping, taking extra things because he was being impatient. And if the game would have been rigged, I would have picked the mother son to go all the way. But these people, they didn't know it. They weren't really like friends or anything. Like, it just, to me, the game was completely luck of the draw. It was so much based in odds. There was very little skill involved in it. You could have been playing Battleship and randomly been put in a boat and got eliminated, even though you were one of the most physically intimidating characters in the show. And I think what they did is they just took a lot of footage. They saw people there were some interesting storylines, but if you got shown as a storyline, you were getting eliminated. And you couldn't have picked those 3 people out of a hat from the beginning, except for me, because I was watching that lady, because she was watching everybody. I also like the idea there was tests in the middle of the game where some guy, they were doing Jack in the Boxes, and some guy won an advantage in the next game. And then the final chick to get her Jack in the Box was like, I got to eliminate 3 people. And she's like, oh, there's a dude who has an advantage. You're eliminated. I thought that was like one of the only times the show was actually strategic. But other than that, it was you have as much chance of winning as a lottery ticket. I really genuinely believe it was like 1 out of 456 to win. The only other thing I'll say about it is that they showed a lot of the people who participated, who were people of interest from the show. None of them looked that poor. The only person who seemed to be poor was the second finalist, and that kid was a scuba dive instructor who seems to be floating around. But everybody else had real nice houses. Real nice. But it is up for season 2. My opinion on this, and I'm just going to give it my way or the highway. You do season 1 of this, season 2 of the exact same game. Maybe mix in the trials that they have, like the in between, not the major games. Keep the major games the same. Mix in these new trials that they have. Change them up a little bit so you keep people on their toes. And then season 3, you change some of the games out. And then by season 4, you bring back old contestants. And here you got 4 seasons. You better put it out every year. They spent a lot of money on the set, so I feel like they're going to put this out more frequently. Don't do it too much. Do it like once a year. But I really think the show is pretty interesting. It's captivating. It's got a lot of really, really good ratings. And you can join Squid Game if you like. All you got to do is go to squidgamecasting.com, I think it is. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Phil was 287. He was the other finalist. I feel like this. Oh, yeah. It's squidgamecasting.com. You will not see me in squidgamecasting.com because I'm staying off the radar, man. I don't need nobody knowing where I am or what I'm doing. But maybe you want to do it. Let me know. Are you going to join Squid Game? Did you enjoy it? It's the mainline Squid Game is the most popular show of all time with 1.65 billion view hours. This one, we'll see. It wasn't made by the people who made the show. They did bring them in as consultants, but they didn't do it. But I've heard it's done very, very well. So it's it's got 20.5 million hours the first week and 11.4 million the second week. And this is the finale. So we'll see what it does. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show. Don't really care about reality shows, but I like this one. Would you join Squid Game casting? Or are you going to go for it? Let me know so I can root for you, because I would love to root for you. And if you become a member and join us, I'm going to give you advantages because I am a psychic mind reader and I will break out the tarot cards for you as well. Anyway, check out our full-length audio podcast. You can catch that on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all those places. It's free to you. Download it. You're going to enjoy it. You could also come live stream with us, 7:30 Friday nights, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join the party. That's right. Have some fun. We love all y'all, but I'm on to the next one.